All right, y'all, hold on, because I'm trying to come up with a new theme song or a new slogan, but right now I'm just gonna kind of mix and match things, so bear with me. All right, so it's gonna be something like, hello, beautiful people, welcome to my channel, MINDBODYBRONX. We doing this in real time. I don't know. I feel like I've been a beginner again. Hello, beautiful people, welcome to my channel, MINDBODYBRONX, MBB, here to empower your mind and your body. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx. Here to take care of everybody for the Aries reading, Aries full moon reading. We have an Aries full moon, I believe it's this Friday. And I think that's all we have this week, the Aries full moon. Yeah. So Aries full moon is this Friday. All right. So we're gonna work on that intro. We're gonna figure out how to make that flow. Still playing around with it. It took me a little time to perfect my other intro, maybe a couple months. So yeah, we'll see. But this is gonna be if you have Aries placements, of course, and then also just for the collective. So we'll do, Aries and then collective, or collective messages, then Aries. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But especially if you have Aries placements, this is going to be very much tailored to you, but we do have a collective portion for everyone as well, for all the signs. All right, so hopefully you guys are doing well. As some of you have known, not on YouTube at this time, not actively on YouTube, because I am full-time doing the human design workshop on here, as well as I'm about to open up some other services, group calls, other coaching calls for digestive health, gut health, human design consult, and personal astrologer services, which are all going to be discounted on Patreon. So look out for those coming up this week once I finish solidifying everything. All right. So tell a friend to get into the Patreon if they're not on here, if they're still wanting content, services, it's discounted on here, it's early access on here, all that good stuff. All right, so I don't know if I'll put this on YouTube yet. I haven't been putting much on YouTube. I've been putting it on here. But if I do, you'll see it out there. This will be early access at that point. So let's get into the collective messages for the Aries full moon. Now, Aries full moon will be in alignment with the the North Node, and we are going into eclipse season for October, so that's right around the corner. Like the end of September is a little bit like the storm before the calm, or the calm before the storm. And so then after this full moon is when we may see start to really pop off. All right. So Aries can rule things like fires and electrical problems and the head, and sometimes like weapons or machinery. So, just be mindful, be careful around sharp objects, and make sure you're turning off your stove and unplugging things around this full moon. It can be a little bit intense. Okay. But all that to say, let's see. What is the overall energy for the Aries full moon? What we need to know, what we need to be aware of this Aries full moon. What is the overall energy? Wait, before I get into that, I want to actually do the shadow work for us. Let's do the shadow work card first. What is this? Hold on, y'all. All the cards fell on the floor. These cards are so slippery. Okay, what is the shadow work for the Aries full moon? What is hidden from us for the Aries full moon? The Empress. The Empress, that's the opposite of Aries. Emperor is Aries in the tarot, and the Empress is Libra. So Divine Feminine is the shadow card. Let's see. The Empress represents feminine, divine, the essence of creativity, abundance, and nourishment. The Empress is teaching us about the natural world, how to care for the world, what we need to thrive, and how to care for others. Upright, nurturing, abundance, the divine feminine, and caretaking. So that's in our shadow side, like what's hidden from us, what we need to acknowledge more is our divine feminine energy, because there is going to be a lot of divine masculine energy. Aries is a very masculine energy. Let's see, and that was clarified by the 8 of Cups. So the 8 of Cups reversed, actually. All right, you must let go of something or someone that was once emotionally important to you but no longer has any value. The relationship or situation is empty. Oh, wow. Abandonment, denial, and bargaining for something now worthless. So this is in our shadow side, right? And full moons are always a time of releasing, always a time of letting go, of culmination, of purging. So there's a purging. And if you put that in the sign of Aries, Aries is about independence. Like there's a yearning, there's a desire to release anything that is stifling our independence, that is stifling for our ability to be self-sufficient and to do things on our own. And so there's a need for more nurturing of yourself, right? So that you can replace what was lost. And anytime you lose something or anytime there is a loss, you need to replace it with lots of love, lots of compassion, lots of care. And so that may be something that is stopping you from letting go of something that you really need, is because you're not replenishing that loss, that feeling of emptiness with something that is healthier for you, or replenishing that before the loss comes. So it's like making sure your cup is always filled so that if anybody, takes from you or drinks from your cup, you're not completely empty and ran dry, because you're always replenishing and refilling. So, there can be some type of ending that happens this week, or some type of realization that something has run its course here for you that you need to acknowledge and get out of denial that you're still trying to go back to something that has well run its course, or it's not anything that you can pull from that. All right, so the closing of that cycle. So let's see, what is the overall energy now for this full moon that we have that shadow work? What is the overall energy for this? Whoa, there's too many for this moon. Adjustments are required. Okay, what is the challenge? What is our biggest challenge for this full moon? What is our biggest challenge? The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Oh, that is around the corner. That's in Sag season. So that's literally in a couple months. Sagittarius season, that's November or early December. And what is the solution with this full moon in Aries? Nothing will come of this situation. Wow. That's kind of similar to literally what I just said, that you're seeing that there's nothing left to fight for. And Aries is a sign of fighting. Aries is the fighter, ruled by Mars. It's about our passion. What are we fighting for? Who are we fighting for? What is worth fighting for? And so with this full moon, you will be releasing the need to fight for things that aren't worth it. Okay? You have nothing will come of the situation is the solution. So what have you been fighting for that nothing is coming from it? Nothing is coming from fighting for this relationship with your family member or your partner or your friend, or nothing is coming from fighting with these individuals or fighting with people at work, right? So it's like getting out of that denial that you have to keep fighting. You don't. Okay? So nothing will come of the situation. Let's clarify that for the solution. Can we clarify that for the solution? Nothing will come of this situation. Look at this. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries card just came out. I love the synchronicities. Okay, so you'll see. You'll understand soon enough that the culmination of what you've been working up to, that there's a climax of something. I want to get one more clarifier. Adjustments are required. Adjustments are required. We keep getting this card. Every time I do a reading with this deck, this card comes out. Confidence is your key to success. And it can also represent if you're not very confident in something working out, it may be because it's not supposed to. Not everything, that's something that you have to take with a grain of salt and be discerning. But some things, like we're never going to be fully confident in the person or the thing because they don't give us a reason to feel confident in it. It's like flaky, it's wavering, it's not stable. Why would you be confident in something like that, right? Okay, so adjustments are required. What are these adjustments that are required for everybody during this full moon in Aries? What are these adjustments actually? What is required of us? Surrender to passion. Surrender fear. What are these adjustments that are required? Let's get one more. Nothing will come of the situation. Let's get one more. Surrender defensiveness. So it's like, you know, for the things that we are meant to let go of, there can be a defensiveness of like when people tell us that we need to let go of it or that it's not right for us. We may like, you know, want to attack them when there's just some fear surrounding letting go of something that we have fought for so long, right? Let go of the fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. There's a lot of fear with surrounding doing the right thing or paving your own path or going another direction. Surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So, you know, if you're pushing and nothing is coming from the situation or you're not very excited or passionate about it, that's a sign that it's time to, you know, stop pushing in that direction. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. All right. So, you know, defensiveness can be another characteristic of Aries energy where you're always on the defense, right? Because Aries is ruled by Mars. Mars is a sign that's ready to fight, attack when challenged, right? But not everything you perceive as being challenged is a challenge. So look at where you feel like people are challenging you and where they're really challenging you, where you don't need to be challenging them back, or where you're perceiving people as challenging you when they're really just trying to help you, or they're really just trying to talk to you or offer their perspective. And that's not something that you need to like fight over or, you know, just hear them out, listen, and then, you know, be centered and offer a clear non-defensive response, like it says. Okay, so let's get a little more insight for what's the blunt truth that we need to hear for this full moon before we get into some other messages. Honor your boundaries. What's the blunt truth we need to hear for this Aries full moon? Transformative ending. Happening quickly. Something is like really coming to a head, or like, you know, it's like a overall finality. Like I'm done. Like this is like it reaches its peak, and it's like we can't go anywhere from here. Like this is it. All right. What else here for the blunt truth for the full moon? Okay. Failure to commit. All right. So there's that. Failure to commit. Happening quickly. Honor your boundaries. Transformative ending. So, like I said, something will come up here where you're going to have to really put a new enforcement in place because maybe something just keeps on ending up the same way. Failure to commit, or you failed to commit to moving forward before, and now you're here in this place again. So that's that on that. All right, so now let's go into some individuals reading. Well, not all individual, but like individually grouped readings. So let's do the cardinal signs first: Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn. You can watch for any of your big three placements, sun, moon, or rising. I would only stick to maybe one or two because you don't want to get conflicting messages and get confused, okay? So if you are cardinal, sun, moon, or rising, this will resonate for you. All right, so let's see, where does the cardinal signs need to... No, nothing will come in the situation, or adjustments are required for cardinal signs. Where is this happening? The truth will come out. Water sign, therapist, legal matters. Completion or closure. Okay. So could be in regards to a water sign that you need to, like another water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio placement, that nothing will come of the situation. Can you give us more clarity surrounding what's going on here for cardinal signs during this full moon? The Empress reverse, 7 of Pentacles. Can we clarify the completion or closure? Okay, so it's too much cards. Too many. I hate when they flip out like 3 at a time. Okay. So, wait, where did this one go? So yeah, the truth will come out. So the truth will come out in regards to where you need some closure in your life, or where a cycle is ending. So you're leaving behind a particular cycle here. Now there could be something legal that is showing up if you're dealing with any like legal stuff, things with a car or a child or home or something. So you may get some answers regarding that soon, and like, you know, a finality about that. They miss you. I don't know where this energy came from. So you may possibly hear from a person that misses you. Possibly. And then you have therapists. So this can be, depending on how it resonates, you finally realizing that you need to take your healing or your mental health more seriously and get a therapist. Or there could be a therapist that you're not really resonating with anymore, and you need to close out that chapter. Close out that cycle with that particular therapist if you have been debating on getting a new therapist, or you feel like it's not really helping here. And, you know, closing that out. Is there anything else for the cardinal signs? Yeah, you have not worth it. So, yeah, so there's something here that you'll realize is not worth it, not worth the time anymore, or you need to close this out. A lot of you probably already know what this is that is not worth it. Intuitively, you have intuition, and then you have stable. So if there's something that is unstable, then you know that you need something more stable, and you're going to have like a big realization around like, yeah, this is not working. This is not worth staying in. This is not worth pushing anymore, fighting for. Could be something in regards to a manager or being a manager that has you like, I don't want to continue with this. Okay. So that's for the cardinals. Now let's see what for fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, where adjustments are required or where nothing will come of a particular situation. Let's see. For the fixed signs, sun, moon, or rising, we have for the fixed signs where nothing will come of the situation. You also got completion or closure. You got inner child trauma. Or will nothing come of this situation? Letters and name, R, K, I, or J. You have long term. Oops. Where are adjustments required or nothing will come of the situation? You have move on, addiction or codependency. You have envy. Well then. Okay. Let me clarify with a couple of these tarot cards here. Let me clarify addiction, codependency, and move on for the fixed signs. You got the death card, Scorpio. What we have here for fixed signs. So, some of you may have like a certain addiction or codependency on something or somebody, and it's saying that it's better to move on and fill that void with something else that's better for you. Okay, so kind of similar messages for everybody, but in different fonts. So you have the double card reverse. Could be Capricorn, could be Scorpio, Empress, Taurus, Libra energy here. But this represents breaking free from addiction. But there is some type of like codependent behaviors, or you're not giving yourself enough of that, nurturing that something from inner child trauma, like maybe a mother issue or a father issue, is causing you to cling on to something else or somebody else that may not be healthy for you. So it's like when you can identify that you're holding on to a lingering friendship, right? Friendships that's not serving you anymore. Or lingering relationships, right? Or you're envious of what you think other people have that you don't, that, you think having that would make you happier. It could be a bit of an illusion here. So looking for real long-term, you have long-term right here, long-term happiness instead of like short-term temporary things that like fill the void. So like temporarily drinking or buying things or eating certain things or going back to certain people, that doesn't fully take away anything or the pain. It's like you have to go through a full transformation, death card, and fully let go and say, okay, I'm going to really figure out a ways to move on, to correct my behaviors, to let go of the past, to conquer my addictions, to figure out healthier things. Letters in name R, K, I, or J could be significant for you or somebody that you are connecting to, but it looks more like nothing will come of holding on to a certain addiction or addictive pattern or a particular thing that gives you a short-term relief of some kind, but long-term it's going to do nothing for you. Okay, so I don't know what that necessarily applies to in your life. It looks like it could be in regards to friendships. Could be anything material as well, but think about that. Think about it like when you need like some type of short-term relief for loneliness or emptiness or unworthiness or something. What do you usually go towards? That can be that thing that it's actually pointing out. Okay, so lastly, let's go mutable, Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Pisces. What is it that nothing will come of the situation for those characters? Gemini, Virgo. You guys have had some emotional blockages showing up in your readings for a while. I'll say we, because I'm a Virgo sun. What else? War, nothing will come of situation or adjustments required for the full moon. Forgiveness. You've had this, still emphasizing emotionally. You're still holding on to something. Like if you go back and watch my last like 2 readings where I did in the Pisces, I think, and then the last one for September, the same thing for mutable signs keeps coming out. I don't know what that is. It's like you're still holding on to emotions that you need to release. I don't know why. It's like you're not allowing them out, or you need to like tell somebody, or you need to, I don't know, you have to find a way to release these emotions. And, if you guys want me to post more content on here about releasing emotionally or how you can start to release, it can be something shadow work related, of course. But there's an emotional blockage and like maybe just not acknowledging a repressed past. You have Queen of Cups reverse, that's emotional blockage. And then you have the Six of Cups. So there's something from the past or maybe something from childhood here that needs to be released. And forgiveness is a big one. So this can be forgiveness of yourself or forgiveness of the past or forgiveness of someone else, so you can move on emotionally, because it's hindering you in so many different ways. Here you have Sag right here, Temperance card in reverse, emotionally or stressed blockages, or the way that you've operated from being younger is causing you pain now, or maybe you're acknowledging that some type of childhood trauma is the cause of you developing certain habits or behaviors, and that might make you a bit resentful, but it's not worth it to hold on to resentment or unforgiveness or anger or pain, because it blocks you from doing what you need to do. Now you have small business and social media. I think this is in regards to something you maybe need to make some adjustments required in regards to, even potentially something with a car, but maybe the way that you're approaching social media or the way you're approaching your small business may need some adjustments. Okay. But all that to say, there's going to be so much clarity for everybody during this Aries full moon surrounding where we need to either stop fighting so hard, or we're fighting in the wrong direction, or nothing is coming from the situation that we are trying to compete with or argue with or stay involved with, you know? So, yes, let's see. Okay, what's the last bit of advice for everybody? What's the last overall advice for everyone collectively watching this for the full moon in Aries? What's the last bit of advice what we should know for the full moon in Aries? You have 8 of Wands reversed. So last bit of advice. Knight of Swords reverse. Definitely about slowing down. 6 of Cups, reflecting on the past. 9 of Swords. What else for Aries full moon for everybody with advice? 4 of Swords. Take a break, relax, rest, rejuvenate. 3 of Cups. Celebrate how far you have come so far. It's not all about going and going and going. You know, Aries is opposite of Libra. You have Justice card here, which is Libra. Aries is about doing. You know, Libra can be about being. And so there's something we're releasing here where we feel like we always have to be doing something. And that's what this full moon is really about. Like, what is it that you feel like you always need to be doing? Doing. And you never stop to rest. You never stop to reflect. You never stop to think. You never stop to celebrate. You're just like, I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to go here. I have to go there. There's no peace in that. There's no peace in always rushing through life. There's no peace in always saying, I have to do these things or I have to fight all the time. You're living in survival mode. So there's a big emphasis on showing us, reflecting to us in a certain area of life, probably where you have Aries in your chart, where you have Aries in your houses, where you do too much. You do too much. You're always moving. 8 of Wands reverse. You're always thinking. You're always fighting in that particular area of life, which can lead to burnout. So this full moon can be very reflective of, hey, you need a break. You're burnt out here. You need to chill out. You need to rest, because nothing will come of the situation. Nothing good is going to come from you always doing. And that is why the Empress in reverse is in our shadow side, right? Or was it upright? The Empress upright was in our shadow side. It's like you have no room to receive in certain areas. If you're always doing, there's no room to receive. You need that balance of masculine and feminine energy. Feminine energy is about being receptive. You're ready for things to come in. Masculine energy is you're putting out energy. You're putting things out there. But if you're like, oh, I want this, I want to attract this, and you're always doing, and where is there going to be any room for it to come to you? There's nothing that comes from the situation of always doing, always putting out, which is why it's saying for your advice, you need to take a time out, take a break, take some time to just think about your next move. You don't always have to do anything. Okay. So, you have the 3 of Wands, thinking about long-term vision. The Hangman, Pisces energy, taking a chill pill, getting a new perspective. If something is not working and you're just pushing, and you're like, I need some answers. Receptivity. Breathe. Calm down. Take a break. Relax. Meditate. Reflect. That is the only way the answers are going to come. Okay? Not by constantly moving, not by constantly doing something, but allowing your thoughts to flow, your emotions to flow, and then things can come towards you. Okay, there's a lot of anxiety here. 9 of Wands, there's 9 of Wands here too, reversed. There's a mistrust. You don't trust yourself enough to be able to receive answers, so that's why you're constantly searching for them. I can end the video right there. You don't trust yourself that if you are still, if you're patient, if you're receptive, that answers will come. So you feel like you always need to be searching for the answers. The answers you need are coming. This was in the challenge part, the challenge. So you have a hard time believing that answers are coming, that guidance is coming, that things are already working out, that things are already in motion. So you're like, I got to constantly be doing, I got to constantly be searching and looking. You have to be more receptive to things coming to you. You don't need to chase everything. Okay, that's why it's a full moon. Release the need to always be chasing, always be doing, always be initiating. And then you'll find that you're a lot happier. That's not our job. We're not meant to always be in do mode, in masculine energy mode. We're not always meant to be figuring out things and doing things and putting pressure on things and applying pressure 24/7. There has to be a balance. Libra, you will be much happier when you find, hey, I don't have to always figure out these answers. Answers can come to me, especially if you're a generator, a manifesting generator. Things do come to you. Okay, projectors as well. Things come to you. Reflectors, things come to you. Manifestors, things also come to you. You don't always have to be doing everything all the time. Being receptive, waiting on clarity, waiting on guidance, waiting on peace, waiting on understanding, waiting on the energy to hit you. Wait for things to come to you and you will be so much happier. You don't have to be doing it all the time, all on your own, every single day. So that was really the point of the whole message, you guys. Okay, so that was pretty good. Long one, 30 minutes. Thank you for watching. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know down in the comments down below. I may post this early access on YouTube because I think it was a really good one everybody needs to get into eventually. Happy full moon. Have a great week. Remember, less is more. I am MindBodyBronx, aka Tarot by Bronx, on everything.